Hello and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be looking at Kairo by Richard Perrin. It's either Kairo or Kairo, I'm not sure which way it's preferably pronounced, but regardless, it's a first-person abstract exploration adventure. I think I've played quite a few games in this style in the past on the channel, but this is one that definitely caught my attention, and it has a beautiful introduction. It's very kind of epic looking with this deep bass going in the background. So I don't know really at all what this is about other than just the little hits of visuals that I've seen. So this is totally fresh to me. This is a preview build, like a pre-release demo, that I was very fortunate to get to check out. I got in contact with the developer, he was really cool, and he sent me a copy, so I'm psyched. I can't wait to see this. So we're kicked right into the game after that nice little introduction. And pretty standard looking around, mouse look, WASD. I don't even think I hardly ever even need to go over that anymore. I mean, if it's first person, it's probably going to control pretty similar. This reminds me of that area in Dark Souls towards the very end by the killing of the first flame. So let's take a quick look at the options menu, because there are actually a few things in this. So return to game, options, set a resolution, set a grain effect, so if you want a little bit of that like Silent Hill goodness, maybe. I don't know, I haven't seen how grainy it is. Is it very grainy? Let's see. It's kind of grainy, yeah. I think I prefer not to have that on, actually, but that's fine. Look invert, look sensitivity. The look sensitivity is actually very high by default. Look smoothing, smoothing. And depth of field, which could be cool. I don't know, I didn't check that out yet. I guess we'll leave that on for now. It usually results in some sort of cinematic stuff. So there's hints, there's credits. I don't want any hints yet. And you can set the controls up. That's it. Controls are down in the corner too, so you can also run with shift. So let's have a look, shall we? So we feel very isolated, sort of suffocated by this white everywhere that sort of taking over. Oh wow, okay, so there's actually sort of a plane that we're walking down here. An invisible plane. Not sure if we're supposed to see the bottom of that, it doesn't look quite right, but I think we're supposed to be looking this way towards this, well, this looks like a train a little bit, but it's not. Probably more like a burial tomb, something like that. I wasn't sure if the name Kairo is supposed to be evocative of anything to do with Kairo with a C, but I guess we'll find out. It could very well be. I like to very thoroughly explore what I'm about to walk into before I do such a thing. No door on this side, just the one side, so I guess we're meant to enter by that one entrance only. Now, can we walk off at any moment? Yes, we can, and we don't fall. Alright, let's go in. Done enough pussyfooting around. Let's do it. Wow, okay, that's pretty. So, can we go back out? Oh, we can. So there's actually the potential for a possibly like free roam style to it. Not that I think it probably follows that, it's probably more linear, but you can at least backtrack if you choose. Nice little light beam. Some shadows going on. Pretty smooth looking shadows, actually. I love the particles hanging in the air. That's always a feature I enjoy whenever they put that in. I don't see... no, there's no way to open that or anything. You know, kind of funny, but the aesthetics of this remind me a little bit of the Unreal Tournament engine. Or Unreal Engine. I'm not sure. I don't think this was built in Unreal Engine. Oh, I'm pushing this. I didn't mean to do that. We're going to line up these. There we go. There are some nice details. There's little edges on the side of this that look nice. Catch the light. There's always these little ornate things you don't expect to come across. Now, what's this over here? A lectern? Giving speeches. There's a, looks like an empty pedestal over here. Now, I first noticed this one... okay, so we activated that and then it opened this. Okay, got it. I first noticed this one because it was pretty prominently featured on Greenlight, and it looked totally like the type of thing I love to play. And I think I am not going to be disappointed. Oh, wow. That's not what usually happens with things. What's going on here? It's... the closer I get... oh, I think I know what's going to happen here. Alright, so they're hanging back, and I'm going to take the step around and then back, and then when I walk down that path, they're all going to line up on there. That's going to be cool. It's like a dimple in this obelisk. Wonder if I can fall off. I mentioned Silent Hill before. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's actually a very pronounced radio static playing in the background right now. Oh, actually, as I said that, it sort of faded away a little bit. It's more like a drone, but it's sort of high-pitched, and it definitely gave me that Silent Hill feeling for a moment. I'm not sure if this is going to be scary or not. I don't think it is, though. Now, I have to wonder, though. Yep, they do go away. I don't know, something like that. I feel like once they're stacked up, they should probably just stay. And I'm not sure that I should have been able to, like, trigger the animation to start. I mean, that's just me, though, overanalyzing everything. I play things in ways that most people don't. When I play things, I play them very analytically. I sort of like to pick apart the game engine. I like to look at all the decisions that I see the developer possibly making. And then I sort of filter my commentary through all of that. So somehow I'm supposed to trigger this to come down, and then I can maybe walk across it. Not like that, though. So this may be an actual puzzle, then. Which, if it is, I'm fine with that. So when I walk this far away, or when I stand exactly in the center, perhaps... oh, that's all? I was expecting that to be more complicated. Oh well. So since this is a demo, we may actually reach a point... oh, it's the thing from Sims. Cool. We may actually reach a point where there is no more progress to be made, but rest assured that is not indicative of the overall length of the final game, which should be releasing very shortly. I mean, by the time you watch this, it should be just another day or two, maybe 3. And of course I will have all those links, as I always do, available in the description. I'm sure I'll mention that when we get towards the end again. A lot of interesting shapes going on in here. Strange architecture. I can actually climb up these, which is nice. A lot of times when you see strange architecture and shapes like this, they tend to put, developers tend to put a large bounding box around it to keep you from messing around on the sculptures. I always think that's the wrong approach. I think you should just let the player do whatever they're going to do, whether or not you think it matters to the overall gameplay. So I do respect when that happens and the developer gives you the freedom to just mess around. I always feel like even if you're a developer, like, granted you're giving like a general path or an idea for how the player should progress, but you're not really dictating everything. And people who try to do that, I think they're sort of overstepping their boundaries. There is actually a delineated path here on the floor, which I hadn't noticed because I was just sort of overcome by all the pretty colors and green everywhere. Not sure if this path matters, but it does seem to connect the room somewhat. And I guess if you look at it with sort of your eyes blurred a little bit, that looks like a street light and a bench and a tree. So we may be like outside at a park right now. Kind of hard to say, though. I don't know what this is supposed to represent. Mausoleum or something? I don't know. Let's go over here, though. Kind of a strange fusion of different themes. I mean, these edges look almost holographic. So it's almost hitting on like a sci-fi feeling, while also going for this stone and Egyptian kind of old school aesthetic. Definitely like what the light's doing. There's this sort of a strange confluence of like lime green and some sort of a pink, I guess, coming from in here. I was going to say, where is that light coming from? There it is. Still not clear on where the source is, though. It's just sort of here. In this pit? No, doesn't look like it. Cool shape. A little bummed, though, that it's not casting that shape's shadows on all the walls. I feel like the geometry is pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a little barren at times. Like, I would have liked to see even more ornate details. I mean, this is interesting. It's like looks like a bombshell hit it, but at the same time, I wonder, you know, why? Was there a war going on in this room? So I guess we can pick from all these different doors. I'm gonna go for the red one, because that one looks pretty exciting. Oh, this is a cool area. I like this area already. I like this color, actually. And the little shot of music that we were just getting in that last room is very lovely, actually. I really like that. Very calming, soothing music. I feel most of the time like background music should really just be a gentle accompaniment. It shouldn't really ever overshadow the game unless you're playing something, you know, really fast-paced, you know, a racing game or something where the driving force is like you're really just trying to keep your eyes on the road ahead of you and the music is just blasting to pump your adrenaline up even higher. Something like this, you want to let the game lead. And I think that that's exactly what it's doing. So we're not sure which direction to proceed here. Oh, I could barely make it up that. The hill's quite steep. I keep stopping and then starting, I'm not sure why. Whoa, holy crap. Well, I wasn't expecting that at all. Alright, now there's actually a narrative, I think, going on, but I'm not sure I know what it is yet. This reminds me of something that would happen in an art exhibit. Can't make out what language that is in that voice. Oh, that comes back every time, doesn't it? Feels a little weird. Like, I would have hoped that these I don't know what you want to call them, I guess, like set piece moments would persist. Like, it's nice to see that you've left some lasting change on the landscape as you proceed through it. That's just me, though. I mean, I'm not trying to argue with the vision of the developer. I definitely won't argue that this is interesting. Actually, I used to have a screensaver that sort of looked like this, only it was like dark off in the distance and your camera would just rush through all the shapes and they would just keep infinitely generating. It's like a lattice or something. Very cool. Whoa, that's kind of creepy. What's going on over there? Man, that's colorful. Oh, okay. I guess we're doing one of those, the maze pops up in front of you things. Alright, so we're in a guided maze that we can't see the walls to until we get close enough. The general rule to mazes, well, one of the rules is to pick a wall and stick to it. I think it's the right wall, or the left wall, I don't remember which one. But the other rule is usually go the longest way possible, and that'll usually get you to the goal. I mean, if I've learned anything from playing Pokemon over the years, it's that. They have a very long habit of putting a goal directly in front of you and then forcing you to go the longest possible path in the freaking world to get to something that's 2 steps away. Alright, this is not an overly aggressive maze, it appears. And also, I do want to just sort of notate the fact that I am aware that this is a pre-release build. So it's quite possible that the little bits and changes that have taken place between my watching this or playing this and the actual game coming to fruition on a, you know, retail marketplace, those changes might just be some of the nitpicks that I'm making. So, yeah, I mean, this is... I want to be as relevant as possible, but I am also aware that everything I'm saying may not end up being completely accurate to the final release, which is, I don't know, a little unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel like we're getting the gist, and that's really what we're here for. So, yeah, whatever I'm griping about, it'll only get better, I'm sure. Whoa, okay, this is cool, too. This This reminds me of that room in Four Keys. Still never figured out where that freaking last key is or how to get to it. I do like this architecture, it's quite nice. Reminds me of Blueberries here. Sort of a cheerful... I mean, it's sort of a strange mix between a cheerful blue and a sort of a melancholy blue. Sort of looks like a nice bright day when it's just about to have the sun go down. The dusk room. Ooh, this is cool too. Each one of the rooms, it's always interesting. You know, my first impression of each area is always wow, it seems so far. Even if I could telegraph some of the moves that were coming a little bit. I'm also a little bit, I don't want to say cynical or anything, but I've played a lot of games. I mean, sometimes I can see these things maybe a little faster than I should be able to. So for what I lack in being good at puzzle games, maybe I make up for in just sheer experience or something, I don't know. Alright, so we seem to have, I don't know if this is actually a puzzle yet, but we've got some electricity going and some spinning rings. Oh, the ring stopped. Okay, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that these outer rings on this are corresponding to the rings in there. So, I don't know, I guess we could start with the center one, work our way out. I think that's probably the best bet. I gotta sort of look around and remember where they are. Unless we want to start with the outer one. I think we want to start with the center one. So that one. Number 2 is what, over here? Yeah. And then the one to the left of that. Number 3. And which one didn't I do? Number 4 was straight away. Oh no, number 1's already off. Maybe I just need to hit these as fast as possible, actually. Oh, something happened. Oh, it looks like they're all going now. I win. Let's go up here so we can watch. Hopefully I don't miss some kind of epic explosion or something. There we go. I'm on it. Now what? Oh, nothing seems to be happening. Can I stand on this? Oh, I can, but there's glass in the way. I didn't notice that. Can I just go through this now? Oh, that's back where I just came, isn't it? Actually wanted to go through the other door. And they are still rotating, which is, I think, a good sign. Oh, this place is very cool. So there's another one for being impressed. Oh, okay, we're in, like, the cube production factory. Always a place I would like to visit. Yeah, these cubes are just, they're coming from nowhere, headed off back to nowhere. And just happened to pop into reality for a moment to say hey. So, hey cubes, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Very cool. Alright, so we've got a bunch of floating islands. Very abstract area, I like this so much. It reminds me there's a few minerals that break apart in very cubic manners like this. Oh, wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that at all. Oh, that's cool. What's the deal with it, though? Can I... Oh, crap. I can, like, headbutt right through it. I wasn't expecting that. Figured this would have some sort of physical mass. I guess not. But yeah, it reminds me a little bit of a few minerals. Like we're walking around on, like, rock salt or something. And I know there are other ones that I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to interact with all those moving ones, but I guess I'm not going to get to. It's not a platformer, I guess. So this took us in a big old loop, which we're now back at the purple ring room, which is now spinning. As last I remember, the purple ring room was pretty much just chilling. Let's check out this one over here. Ooh, mysterious. It's giving me a little bit of like the Matrix vibe or something. It's probably just the color. ever notice that? Those Matrix movies, they're just inherently freaking green, yellow, like, way more than they probably should have been. So each one of these little desks seems to have some static going on in it. It's a pet peeve I have about static when I see it in games, is if you make it scroll down instead of just actually be static that, you know, pops in and out of existence in random intervals. I can always notice that. I prefer it to be the other kind, but, you know, I'm aware of constraints in engines and stuff. Just a little detail that bugs me. Oh, I like this. I don't know if you can see this very well, maybe with the dithering that happens inherently in YouTube videos, but the edge of the shadow seems to be like a really dark kind of blue-purple up against this olive yellow, I don't know, drab kind of, I don't know what to describe this color as. It's got a little bit of canary yellow down there and then kind of turns into more of a muddled yellow, but I think that's just the light reflecting off of the gray that's in the wall. It's a nice combination of colors. I think that they're opposite each other. Which always jumps out in my eye when you have that. Alright, green world, where are we going? Oh, you're not green after all. Oh, some kind of a particle waterfall, I guess. Interesting. Okay, we've got stuff to step on. And this... Wow, whatever that is rushing under me is very cool looking. Not sure if it's supposed to actually be water or what, but the particles are definitely cool. And just step on all of them. What happens? I don't know. I guess this is a puzzle? I don't feel like I'm being particularly restricted from anything though, so it's kind of hard to determine what I'm solving and for what reason. So let's go through here now. As if anything, we're just sort of previewing all the locations. Sort of an odd way to go up or down, because I don't think anyone would use those ramps in either situation, because from when you're on the top, you just jump down the whole thing. When you're on the bottom, you just jump up the middle. If these were taller, I would have probably walked around them, which would be cool. But no. Just checking out the texture work here, these seams and stuff. Seem like they line up pretty well on the edges. Just the mapper in me forces me to look for stuff like that. Oh wow, I didn't realize that was a slope for a second until I jumped over it. That's something people never appreciate. When you're doing stuff like this fine texture work, all these edges need to be manually adjusted most of the time. Like this crack that's running here, when it reaches the end of this top platform and then crosses over to the side of the step, you have to adjust this. Sometimes you can do it just by hand by dragging it, but some programs, depending on what engine you're using or what, you know, rendering program, you may have to just inch it by like increments of 1, 2, 8, 16, 32, 64. But yeah, this is all stuff that I'm familiar with from doing Unreal mapping. Alright, through to the Amber Room. Alright, now we have what looks like a pretty proper... I would say this is sort of looks like a puzzle room to me. If Lara Croft were here, I'm sure something would be trying to kill her right now. Alright, as I stand on this, you can probably hear it. There's something grinding off in the distance, but I'm not sure where. Oh, you know what it might be? These puzzles might all just be solved already. Oh, okay, the light's actually moving. Oh, I should probably have gotten off of that. Yeah, the puzzles might already be solved just because this is the preview. Alright, I'm not sure which direction that's going to guide it in. I think I just need to bring it down a little bit more. I'm guessing I'm just supposed to line it up with all these... Oh, that's the source. Okay, I didn't know where the triangle was coming from. Alright, so I can actually flip this thing all the way over. Okay, so each side, it looks like, has its own... I would pretty much assume that you gotta line them all up on the triangle in the center. Did that count? I think anyone who's ever played a Zelda game knows how light works. Oh, that one just rotates by itself, I guess? What's up here anyway? Yeah, just that big chunk of amber looking stuff. Alright, that one's facing down. Let's flip this around. Alright, so I guess when you hear that gong, it's saying, okay, you did good. Now, I figured I had these lined up and I was just waiting for this one to turn around. What are you doing there? Are you gonna... Maybe if I step on it? Maybe I need to stop this one. No. No, this one's busted. Alright, well, I guess I can't do much with that one. Which door did I come in through? I already forgot. Is it the green one or the drab-looking one? Let's go back through this. Okay, I guess it was the green one, so I was correct to go through this one. This looks like glass that if you jumped on extra hard, it would shatter and then you would fall down that infinite abyss below you. But yeah, that texture stuff I mentioned, like, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but then you realize that you have, you know, X hundred amount of edges that you need to adjust manually. Oh, I like this area. I would like to actually go to a space like this. I can kind of get into some of the kind of architecture art that people make. So there's something very cool about being in a space that is just so not traditional. And a lot of these types of things, like these architectural cues that you see in games, they can be replicated in one way or the other. They may not be, you know, floating in the air or anything, but you can always suggest them, and I've definitely been to a couple things that were pretty mind-blowingly cool. Oh, what is this? This is... Okay, so it looks like we're on the top of a mountain or something. Oh. There's someone counting in Russian. Okay. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's cool. Not sure what's going to go on there, but obviously those things are reflecting each other. Let's move over in this direction. Looks like a bit of that building has fallen completely off. Probably should wrap this up in a little bit. I am having a great time though, just exploring this and seeing what's up. Each environment has been diverse enough that it's definitely kept me guessing a bit. Oh, is this a flat construction? Yeah, it looks like it. So we've got some space bending, it looks like. Oh no, you know what? It's probably just so big you can't see the thing protruding through the other side, that's all. That used to be like the holy grail for me of confusion, is when I would make marathon maps, I would make them so the floors crossed over into each other in like parallel space. So like there would be, say this was a door, you could see through this into a hallway, right? And then when you come around this way, there would also be a door with a hallway here. So they would both intersect in an invisible space that is being occupied. Whatever, you don't need to hear about this. Just weird mapping stuff that comes to mind for some reason. So we're back in the purple room with the neon green park. And I think we're going to wrap this one up. This has been Kairo, a very cool game. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the final release on this. And it is up on Greenlight, so I do urge you guys to go give it a vote. And definitely follow this developer. I'm going to be putting all the links that are pertinent in the description, so if you guys want to just check those out, you should get all the details for how you might get to play this yourself. And I think if you guys watch my channel, you probably are sort of into this type of thing. I figure probably a decent number of you are anyway. Oh wow, I haven't tried messing with standing on this. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Alright, before I give you guys motion sickness, maybe I should not do that, actually. Whoa, okay, and then it just threw me. I could actually try to jump down into that. I don't think I've done that yet. See what the lose conditions are. I'll do that at the very end. So, yeah, this has been Kairo. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, as always, to head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. You can check out every single day's worth of episodes. Been doing them. This is like 6.5 months. I'm getting close to 200 episodes now. Every single day I make a new one. So you can feel free to follow us over there, and then we've got forums and stuff, so you want to interact with people, meet some other cool people who are into artistic indie games, and I mean, really what the deal is with Indie Impressions, I'm trying to push the limits here of, you know, art expression, describing what indie games are about, why they're special, why they need to be preserved and, you know, cultivated and spread to the masses, and, you know, I feel like not enough people are seeing them, so I'm trying to do my part to get more people to get the word out, promote discussion, and just enjoy the art and the people behind them, because really I don't think the developers get enough credit either. So yeah, aside from the website, facebook.com/indieimpressions, leave a like there if you want to get a little shot of a new indie game every single day in your Facebook feed. I do value that, and you can always ask me questions there or interact with the other guys and gals over there. And then there's at RockLeeSmile and at indieimpression. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can actually, that's the fastest way to get in contact with me if you want to send me suggestions for games I haven't tried yet, leave me tips, suggestions, comments, criticisms, whatever it is. You can reach me very quickly at RockLeeSmile on Twitter. So that's going to do it. Make sure you come back again tomorrow. There will be another game, as always, and Indie Impressions will continue on. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely night. Looks like you can't go in there after all. Later, guys!